this past week has been a bit of an emotional roller coaster because I won't lie to you, my savings are running low and I've been making decisions based on scarcity and fear. I've stopped thinking long term about what I want to do with this brand, with the business, and I've been just frantically thinking about results now, and I'm absolutely sick of it. I need clarity. I need to make decisions from a place of just stability, level-headed, carrying out the same strategy over and over again until I get results. And I always say, and you probably know this by now, that nothing matters unless you change your internal state. You can do the exact same actions as someone else and get wildly different results because of what's going on in your mind when you do those things. Your intention, your clarity, right? And I found that there are quite a few ways to gain clarity. There's violent clarity through action, through pain, through challenge. But there's also just clarity through giving yourself space to think, to be, to giving yourself permission to come out into the mountains and just let go of any expectation, let go of any desire of a certain outcome and just be, man. So that's why I'm going to take a little 4-day retreat to Pi, where I'm currently at, just to reconnect with my creativity, my intuition, and just let loose, man. Relax. Not get drunk, party, and just dilapidate my brain cells, but genuinely recharge, feel fresh when I get back, have violent clarity about what action steps I need to take so that I don't operate out of fear, so that I actually build something I'm proud of, so that I create work that fills my soul and has an impact that it needs to have on the world. And so I'm going to document the experience over this few days of going from an overthinking, analytical cuck to feeling more grounded, feeling more recharged. And I'm going to do what is required to get there, whether it be psychedelics, whether it be just spending 2 hours meditating in the mountains, whether it be violent clarity through physical challenge. I have no expectations. I'm gonna surrender to the experience, go with the flow, and I'm gonna tell you all about it in excruciating detail. So here's the crib where I'll be staying for the next 4 days, and just feast your eyes upon this luxury place that elevates your frequency just by looking at it. There's a fully decked out kitchen, perfect for cooking high quality food in a pristine environment. Just look at this, man. Surrounded in absolute beautiful nature. Being here is inspiring me to own something like this one day. There's a garden here with some lemons, limes that are free to be picked at one's leisure. There are herbs, there are vegetables that I won't touch because vegetables are a pyramid scheme. However, if one was to consume vegetables, doing it here without pesticides would be the way to do it. Man, honestly, what a blessing to be here. Everything a man needs: a trampoline, a pool, and a high quality of life. So obviously, no matter where we are, the habits remain the same. It doesn't matter if it's a weekend, a holiday, or a tactical retreat. This is where the mornings are mastered. We start the morning every single day with a horse stance.
This is not just a goat for hip mobility, but it allows me to start the day by pushing through the pain barrier and filling me full of energy and vitality.
Man, what a beautiful day to be alive. I'm literally riding on about 2 hours of sleep, and yet I feel energized because this place is quite magical. Like I say, this weekend is not for doing anything crazy productive, any really focused work, but it's the perfect environment, the perfect frequency for creation, for generating ideas, and for just getting them into reality.
So after work and a quick bite, it's time to train, because we ain't skipping days just because we're on holiday. And luckily in Pi, there's some acceptable gyms. I won't say they're top of the line, but you have everything you need to get done what you have to get done. So today is legs and back, which is why I'm opening with an RDL. Because you work your legs and your back. And then straight onto the hack squat. An absolute torture chamber, because yes, squats are hard. Having a barbell on your back, having to brace it all, it's obviously very potent exercise, but nothing mashes the quads quite like this. You just have so much more control, and you're able to push a lot harder to be able to target the actual muscles you're trying to work, rather than having the structure give out like with the barbell squat. Each has its own place. One is not better than the other. And then we come in with some sexy rows. And unfortunately, I set up the camera at a very janky angle so that you can't even see the rear delts firing up. You can't see the arms, you can't see the back. You can see nothing, but I hope you can agree that you'd love to. You'd love to see me strain. You'd love to see a look in my eyes as I go to war with this damn cable. And obviously, we have to do at least one superset, because why, oh why, wouldn't you want to just save a bit of time in your workout on two exercises that you can just go back and forth on until it's complete? Because yes, they're very taxing for the muscles, but they're not actually that challenging for your cardio or your freaking system. So why wouldn't you just go do some rows and then do some leg extensions to mash the legs and back? For ages, I skipped leg extensions because I thought squats were enough. And they can be, but I have a lot of muscle to grow on my legs. I skipped them for years, and now I'm paying the price. This is why I didn't place in my bodybuilding show. I also did some pull-ups and rear delt flies, but I didn't flip and film them.
After a savage training session, what better way to fuel the body than with some high test goodness? There is literally no food that makes you feel more vital than steak, eggs, and avocado. And man, what a place to enjoy it. This is unreal. So, what better way to spend a weekend retreat of relaxation than doing a freaking 3-hour-long mandatory national speed awareness course? Because back in the UK, I got caught on camera speeding. And if I don't want to get fined, if I don't want to get points on my license, I have to do this godforsaken course. So we're going to brute force our way through it, and then we're going to enjoy the rest of the holiday completely guilt-free. Wow, 3 hours later, one soul has been sucked out of my body, and I've yet again been reminded just how full of brain fog NPCs the land of Great Britain has become. It makes me really not want to head back home. So, in the interest of that, Pro, I know you want to buy my coaching program. I know you want to get jacked with me. So, let's freaking do it, bro. What are you waiting for? But no, I'm kidding. I'm not going to try to pity you into buying my services or pity myself. I don't know, man. That's not the tactic I'm going to use here. Rather, I would like to share with you the plan. As you can see, I'm dressed up like a Colombian drug lord because I'm about to hit the town. We're gonna go with the bro. We're gonna chat to some pretty girls, get our rejection therapy reps in, or even better yet, get some phone numbers, get some Instagrams, maybe go on a date right then and there. I'm not going to film it because I'm not a pickup artist. That's not my niche. That's not where I want to go with this whole thing. But I'll tell you about the experience when it's done. Boom. Okay, let's do a mission report, soldier. How do you think we did?
I would say a lot better than last time. We
Progressively overloaded, didn't we?
We did indeed. We were a lot more quicker to take action. We had longer conversations. And I feel like...
We didn't make complete dancing buffoons of ourselves.
Speak for yourself.
We actually met two very lovely Israeli girls who want to see us again. Boom. So, boom.
She asked for his Insta.
She asked for my Insta, bro.
Boom, that's when you know
yeah, you know what I mean? It's a shame that I'm already in love and planning the names of our kids and what month we're going to get married in because...
Brunak and Grunessa, I reckon.
What?
Brunak for the guy.
Brunak and Grunessa.
No, Brunak.
Who the hell are those people?
Come on, bro.
Either way, that's not important. We're starting to yam up. Either way, mission successful.
So after a solid effort that night, I think the ultimate flex was that we didn't stay out late. We didn't do any silly shit. We didn't try to thirst around and get more girls' numbers or anything. We ended up going home and getting an early night because the mornings start the night before. Now, how is one supposed to master mornings by doing a horse dance when one has stayed out like a degenerate? Well, it doesn't matter because even if I did do that, I would still go through the morning process. And here, I was able to add a new layer of the morning mastery and hop into this lovely chilly pool that isn't quite doing a cold plunge in the UK winter, but it feels almost as refreshing.
Wow, another beautiful day. Another beautiful opportunity to prove our younger self that I am in control. I am the master of my impulses. But I tell you, I'm definitely not a master of Muay Thai because I've just come from a session and boy, I feel mentally fried. This shit is so taxing for the mind, especially when you're a bit of a newbie like myself and you get trapped in your head a bit and you're trying to analyze, look at people's subtle body language when you're sparring and stuff. But I got absolutely destroyed in the shin. I kept kicking someone who just kept checking it with the knee and it's in absolute tatters. But it's okay because physical pain means nothing. You can just transcend it. You can pretend it doesn't exist. However, this deep mental agony, I don't know, man. It's a lot harder to run away from at times, which is exactly why on this particular beautiful day where there's not a cloud in the sky, maybe a couple clouds in the sky, but isn't this just the perfect environment to do a psychedelic experience? Yeah, I'm with you. I couldn't agree more. That's exactly what I'm about to do, a little shroom trip. No expectations, no fear, no anxiety. I'm going to let them show me what they need to show me. Just going to let go. enjoy the ride. I'm not going to try to autistically overanalyze what my intentions. I have intentions in the back of my mind, but I genuinely just think I need to just go with the flow. And whatever happens, happens. Whatever needs to be learned will be learned. Either way, I do not condone the use of legal or illegal substances ever, apart from a bit of coffee, you know. No, I don't condone anything. This is simply experimental, and it's actually theoretical. This is just a parody. I'm not actually going to do this. This is just, you know, a fictional story, right? So, I had an absolutely crazy experience yesterday. I only did 3 grams, but those 3 grams absolutely knocked my socks off, because the actual owner of this property that we're staying at, she is a shroom cultivator herself. And so, yeah, it's literally right from the source. So here's what happened, right? I popped the shrooms, started coming up right here. At first, I was excited because I haven't done shrooms in a very, very long time. And I was starting to get these familiar visual distortions, this familiar headspace. But very, very quickly, it took a wrong turn. I started spiraling into really deep existential dread and negativity, because the shrooms gave me exactly what I needed. They brought forth into crystal clear HD quality all of my inferiorities, every single area that I'm lacking. And I won't lie, it was overwhelming as fuck. I truly felt like an inferior little cuck just getting bitch slapped around by my own brain. And man, it showed me just how much work needed to be done. How much more I have to go before I'm even close to becoming the man who I need to be. It taught me a lot about who I need to be if I am to be this leader that I'm trying to become. All in all, it gave me a lot of clarity about what I need to work on. But even more importantly than that, it gave me clarity about the direction that is moving forwards with this whole channel. Because ever since I got to Thailand, I've been a rambling maniac. I've been trying so hard to produce such shit results because there's been a foundation of just pure chaos. Hasn't been any clear goals, any clear direction. It's just sort of been me documenting the journey. But what journey, right? Journeys must have a clear destination. And so I'm officially announcing the direction of the channel, which is primarily focused on bodybuilding, physique mutation. This is sort of the packaging. This is what I'm selling. I'll be honest, I'm selling the idea of physique transformation. Yeah, I love talking about mindset. I love talking about self-improvement. All that stuff is amazing. And it's actually the foundation that will help you get to wherever you want to go. Or even if you don't know where you want to go, it's just going to help you become a more capable, competent human being who can get to his destination smoother, faster, and with more precision. But all of that stuff is very vague, very intangible, so I'm going to bring it back to violent clarity. The tangible part, which is what you can see on the surface. Because yes, it's very, very important. Your physique is a literal visual representation of how good you are at manipulating reality, how good you are at controlling your mindset. Because it is literal thoughts turned into actions, turned into results. And this is still sort of the last night's shroom trip talking and untangling itself in my head. So right now it does sound a little bit vague and woo-woo, but I'm gonna solidify this concept over the next few months, next few years. It doesn't matter how long it takes, man. It doesn't matter. Ever since I came out to Thailand, I've been chasing short-term gratification, all of these shiny tips and tricks, which is why I haven't been sticking to a cohesive strategy long enough to get the compound effect. Because what is life without the compound effect? It's absolutely fucking nothing. It's just a chaotic just mess of trying random things for a little bit of time, not getting any results, and ending up a mediocre loser, a washed up burnout who's wasted his potential. Is that what you want? Probably not. It's not what I want either. But either way, I couldn't be more grateful because last night's experience was crazy. It was chaotic. It was cuckoo. We ended up pacing around here, rambling like complete lunatics, coming up with the most deranged shit possible. It was hilarious. It was a bit scary. It was definitely manic as fuck, but we came out the other side, had a very, very peaceful calm down, just grateful to be back in reality. And all in all, I would say that yesterday I got brutalized and battered about, both physically at the start of the day doing Muay Thai, and then mentally, spiritually, psychologically, all the rest of it. I just got pounded by the world. And all in all, it's a good thing because it's made me stronger. So yeah, with that being said, it's been a great weekend. I came out here searching for something and I think I found it. But anyway, now it's time to eat a little bit of nutritious, munchalicious food and go expend some physical energy because that's what life is all about. I'll see you at the gym.
But before we go there, let's do just a little bit of morning flexing, fasted, no pump, to see what we're working with. And honestly, I can say with certainty that I like what I see. Yes, I'm no longer shredded like I was a couple months ago, but I'm liking how the size is being packed on here.
Shrooms showed me what my glaring weaknesses were. I don't really need to prioritize my chest at the moment, so we're opening the workout with some shoulder press. There's a certain technique you do that absolutely humbles you, makes you feel like a weak little bitch because it's actually putting the shoulders in a very mechanically disadvantaged position in terms of strength output, but when it comes to actually hitting the fibers of the side delt, bro, there's nothing that tortures them quite like flaring your scaps out, pressing really out from the side, and just keeping your back completely flat. It will humble you, believe me. This is a fraction of the weight that I would use if I was, leaning back a bit. Momentum. Next point of weakness is the arms. I believe my torso is definitely more developed than these bad boys. So, rather than structuring my training by starting with what's already strong. I really think I need to attack the weakest links first, while I'm still fresh, while I've still got focus and energy. So it's about time to grow these guns to 18 inches, because this is unacceptable. This was supposed to be preacher curl, but there's none in this gym. So what do? Do we just overthink, overanalyze? Oh no, I can't follow my program. Or do we adapt? Do we make changes? Bro, once you know what variations are in the same sort of line of specificity, you can adapt. You don't need to be so rigidly focused on just, this has to be the only way, right? Hope you understand what I'm saying. I've been biting off a bit more than I could chew with the dip. Every single time I wanted to come in, my ego started to get a hold of me. I always wanted to add more weight, add more reps, and so the form started to get really, really sloppy. And at a certain point, I wasn't even progressing. I wasn't even adding weight. It was like I was chasing numbers, but they were running away from me. Now we're going to revert back to the fundamentals. We don't chase numbers, we attract them. We chase hard sets, quality reps, and we let the numbers come when they come. And that's exactly why I'm going to do dips as my third exercise of the day. To not put it as such a priority in my head, because I really, really, really want a strong weighted dip where, you know, I have double my body weight and I'm just cranking it out. But I'm not going to get there by desperately chasing numbers, because, you know, I'm just going to let my standards slip. So anyway, we're going to build back slowly and steadily. We're going to focus on actually working the muscles how they truly work.
So there's a little dumbbell between my legs, nothing crazy, but enough weight for me to really get an amazing stretch, pause at the bottom, and come right up. Now, I know what you're thinking, that doesn't look very deep, and I truly apologize. It's very hard to make the angle of the dip look like you're going deep, but trust me, his pecs are fully getting stretched here. So obviously, because it's a shoulder, chest and arm day, we're gonna mash some triceps with these overhead extensions. Now, this is not how I used to do them. I used to put the cable all the way at the bottom and stand up, which makes the triceps fully lengthened, yes, but you get to a point where you just can't squeeze out any more reps. And with this variation in particular, you can do these strict controlled reps, but when you can no longer do so, you can start to heave and horse and just momentum your way through the positive while still controlling the negative. And as you can see, I'm just going to failure. Boom. Don't have really any more clean reps left, but I can, you know, get it up and then control on the way down. Boom. And I know what you're thinking, Matt, how is it possible to be so jacked and handsome? Well, it's a secret that I will be letting you in on over the coming weeks, months, and years. So stick around, man. We're going to have a lot of fun here, but most importantly, we're going to grow physically and mentally. And obviously, it's not a mat session without at least one superset. So here's the first superset of the day. Triceps and shoulders, completely non-competing muscles when worked in isolation that you can just mash back and forth, because while one muscle is working, the other recovers. And with this exercise, I picked an absolute baby weight that I could do with pristine form at the start, because you can't tell here, but I'm using the same scapular position than I was when I was doing the shoulder press, which just absolutely puts the side delts in their most vulnerable position, you could say, which allows them to take most of the work rather than letting your traps take over. But even when the full reps are done and you can't crank out any more, you can still mash them, these little ones at the bottom. And at this point, my shoulders are on fire, exactly the way they should be. Because the side delts, they're stubborn bastards. You have to absolutely bully them into submission. Last superset of the day, we start with some alternating hammer curls, because it's just a good way to get some nice little overload. Yes, I know my form is not the cleanest, but that's not the point. The point is, with this exercise, when you do it one arm at a time, you can pick up some heavier dumbbells, use a little bit of cheat to get it up, and control it on the way bottom to get that stretch overload. And bro, just look at some of these natural bodybuilders who use this exercise with a lot of potency. It's not the only thing you should do, but it's a very useful tool. Boom, superset time. There is absolutely no need to be sprinting around from one end of the gym to the other, trying to choose the perfect machines for your superset, because you can do them all on one station. It's a commercial gym. There are other users. You have to be mindful. You can't be a selfish prick. But man, this machine absolutely torched my pecs beyond belief. And it's a shame that more gyms don't have this, because it's perfectly aligned to do exactly what the pecs do best. Man, absolute godsend. So after an incredible workout, I have absolutely no shame in coming outside on a busy street and just flexing for the camera, giving the world a little treat, you could say. And honestly, because it's outside lighting, it looks kind of washed out. I don't care. I'm very, very happy with the pump, happy with the progress. Stay tuned, because this shit is about to get crazy. You're gonna watch in real time as I battle body dysmorphia while bulking.
Yes. Whoa! Let's turn that down, because we're gonna get copyright striked, or stricken, however you want to call it. But anyway, pump has been completed, and frig, that was honestly one of the best workouts I can remember for a while. Everything was just flowing, focus was there, intensity was there, even though I was what you could call distracting myself by filming. I was just in the zone, man. That's what clarity does to you. That's what shrooms have the power to do to you if, you do the right things. But man, I was getting such bad body dysmorphia yesterday. I was looking at myself in the mirror thinking, man, I'm both way too soft and way too small at the same time. But honestly, after that, I can say with certainty that I'm very happy with how I look, genuinely. I have no shame to stand outside in a perfectly busy street and just do some posing, do some flexing. Some guy literally just came up to me and was like, whoa. He started asking me questions. He asked me if I have a wife. I told him I have two, obviously. And man, it's just a good day to be alive, isn't it? Sun is shining, blood is flowing, heart is pumping. Man, what a time to be alive, man, seriously.
But after an incredible weekend, it's time to head back home. So what do? We stop by a waterfall to enjoy the beauty of Pai one last time. And man, look around. Isn't this delightful? How blessed am I? Seriously, if you haven't been to Thailand yet, book your flight, especially if you're in the UK, man. Get out of that prison while you can. Who's this? Jacked handsome Chad? Oh, that's right. It's me. I forget sometimes, I look in the mirror and I'm like, whoa, is that really you? And then I remember, yes, it is. And I'm brought back to reality quite soon because, you have your swings and you have your misses. You have highs and you have lows. You feel good about yourself one day and the next you feel you're a piece of shit. But that's all part of the journey. So stay tuned while we level up and grow together.